Respected B.S. Abdul Rahman. It's a different name for me because I always know him as Rahman Saab. And Mr. A.C. Muthaiya, other dignitaries sitting on the dais and dignitaries sitting in the auditorium, ladies and gentlemen. Normally when I meet Rahman Saab, I become always speechless because I always prefer to listen to him rather to speak to him. But anyway, today is my turn. It is a great pleasure to be in your midst here in Chennai and to join you all in celebrating the Platinum Jubilee of one of the most respectable and lovable person from the Indian soil, Mr. B.S. Abdul Rahman, whom I fondly address as Rahman Saab. If I were to quote Mr. Nani Palkhiwala, we the people of India have all kinds of knowledge and smartness to be number one in the world, except discipline. However, Rahman Saab has lived his life in the most disciplined manner. I am very lucky to have known him for more than 40 years now and to be interacting with him regularly. Through his interaction, I have imbibed so many good things from him which have helped me build my career in an international gems and jewelry business. Diamonds, I am saying a few things on diamonds also. Diamonds were first found in India centuries ago, followed by Africa, Russia, South America, Australia, and most recently in Canada. India today process 55% of the world diamonds in value, 80% in quantity, and approximately 90% in pieces. More than 1 million artisans and 2,500 exporters are employed to cater 30,000 crores worth of exports, which is a 50 billion jewelry business to the world. Since the early 60s, India started exporting polished diamonds. The business was dominated by Palanpuri Jains. Rahman Saab, seeing this opportunity, started taking vigorous interest and invited relatives and friends from his hometown Killakarai in South India. Within a short span of time, this community involved themselves in the gem trade and become an integral part of the industry. Rahman Saab, with his great foresight, opened an office in Antwerp, considered to be a mecca of diamond industry, which enabled him to market Indian polished diamonds internationally and to procure rough diamonds to be supplied to Indian manufacturers at a competitive price. The company thus formed Messrs. Diamond Cutters NV, had my uncle as a partner also. It grew from strength to strength over the period of years. I first visited in 1963. In those days, mine was a relatively very small business with a lot of ambition. Messrs. Diamond Cutters NV was one of my prime suppliers. I was buying rough diamonds on credit, and Rahman Saab had a more faith in me. I would say more faith than in me rather than my uncle, and never hesitate in supplying goods to me on credit. Thus the Ram and Rahim, my uncle and Rahman Saab, worked together for many years. And to build my business, it was both Ram and Rahim were forthcoming. With initial support and continued blessings, I have today reached a respectable position in the diamond business. Rahman Saab, an intelligent and a successful businessman, can read people's mind looking at their face. He has the ability to create any new business and nourish it and put it on the top ranks. I remember during my business association with him, he used to judge the buyers and sellers by looking at their face and not by the number of parcels they bought or sold on their balance sheet. Friends, before I conclude my speech, I want to narrate a short story. A priest was walking on the street on a chilly winter night when he saw an old man sitting on the pavement, shivering as he did not have enough clothes to protect him from the cold. The kind priest gave half of his blanket to the old man to cover his body, and remaining he kept with himself and started walking with tears rolling down in his eyes. The devil saw this whole incident and burst into laughter and told the priest that he should not have given half his blanket to someone who did not even know, and shed tears about the severe cold. The priest, with a calm face, said to the devil that he was not crying because he gave away half his blanket. He was crying because he could not give his entire blanket, which would have protected the old man from the bitter cold. Friends, Rahman Sahib is like the priest who cannot see anybody's pain. The generous soul that he is always content and happy in giving to others. I am proud and privileged to be associated with him. Rahman Sahib is a very low profile person, though he is equally like Ajit Premji, Narayan Murthy's or Ambani's. Some of others who are well known for their success, each of them is a legend, an inspiration, and stories of their achievement are classic tale of adventure and grit. We most admire their single-minded devotion to business and good work for their society and human beings. But Rahman Sahib has one more plus point. He has adopted the philosophy of the life. I am very happy and honored to be amongst you to celebrate Rahman Sahib's Platinum Jubilee. I wish him a long
आभार अरुण कुमार भाई आपे वक्त सर आपनो भाषण पूरो करियो ते बदल खड़ो आभार. I have thanked him for his kind words which he has said on this occasion.